hate dating. Does it ever get good? Why am I texted? Whatever, I don't know.
She's that desperate.
I was at a work event and I was trying to explain to a man how hard it is to date nowadays. He's in his late 20s, has been in a relationship for 4 years, extremely happy, and he was like, how is it hard? It can't be hard. And I was like, okay, you're mixing up the sitch here. Is it hard to get laid as a woman? No, it's not hard in the slightest. Is it hard for men to get laid? Harder than it is for women. But it seems that men are struggling with commitment at the moment. So it's most likely easier for a man to get into a relationship because women love relationships. Well, most of us. I was explaining to him, these streets are hard. You know, if you're a woman who wants commitment and doesn't want to sleep around, it is hard. I see so many beautiful women going through the exact same experience as me. You could be a 10 or a 2, we're all going through.
This is something low quality women who chase after the wrong men go through. Good quality women who choose correctly don't have this problem.
Of course!
Okay, here is the problem with being a female trying to date in 2025. I'm going to say it, men just aren't masculine enough anymore. They don't take charge, they don't do really simple stuff, okay, the thoughtful stuff. They're not like forthcoming with arranging a date. I want a guy who's like, babe, I want to see you, you give me a time and a date and I'm gonna book it. Then you get the message, babe, meet me here at this time, or I'm picking you up at this time on this day. Wear something like this. Someone who walks on the side of the road by the cars, someone who opens doors. Do you know how many men don't do this anymore? Too many men. It is the simple things. People who are like, I don't know, just not giving that big masculine energy that so many of us just need. And I think the problem is, so many men are intimidated by independent women. Women who have fended for themselves. Women who are doing it all on their own and don't need a man anymore. Would we like one? I would, a decent one, but I don't need anyone. I don't need a man to come and save me or to look after me or to fend for me or provide for me, because I can do all of that on my own. And that is the problem now. Women are becoming so incredibly successful, so independent, and they're doing both the male and the female roles, majority in their house, that men are really going to have to step up their game. Because speaking to my single friends, it's not just me feeling this way. Like, we have everything on our own. It's going to take so much more for a man to step up and show up and just bring back like those old school male values and masculinity. It's just the lack of communication in this day and age literally blows my mind. I feel like I might challenge someone on something and if they don't like it, they will literally ghost you. And for me, that's just like, it makes me laugh because I'm like, yeah, I knew you were immature, but clearly you can't communicate either. But just all of it, the way people communicate now, the way people don't pursue things, that drive, it's just missing, and it's making dating in 2025 so difficult. And genuinely, I would much rather be on my own and carry on doing everything on my own than settle for the scraps that are currently out there.
Our thought, and it's a fresh one. Are men actually the unrealistic ones in dating? It's very commonplace to refer to the woman as the hopeless romantic, standards too high, expectations unrealistic. But I'm thinking more and more about men that I hear talk about how they met their significant other, what they expect is going to happen, and even people who it hasn't worked out with me, they're saying, oh, there was no spark. And of course, women, we say the same things, absolutely, but I think men believe it more, and that's what might be creating some of the disconnect that we feel, whereas men ghost constantly. I know women do too. But at least that's kind of the common narrative where, men disappear overnight. And I think it really might be because they're expecting fireworks immediately. Have we ever considered that men are the overtly romantic one? And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it could be a little bit of a shift in narrative in how a lot of women assume, myself included, sorry, a lot of women assume that men are heartless. They're hurting us out there. Whereas there might be a different perspective that they just have this insane vision of what love is supposed to be, and we're not living up to it, which isn't to say, we're at fault. It's just, have we checked in on men's expectations?
If you're a man and you don't like when women say, oh my god, I hate men, watch this video. A woman says, I hate men. That means because she's largely had negative experiences with men. But it's not all men. I know, but it's a lot. And the sentiment underlying that is we don't know which men are safe. So if you become reactive, you start yelling at us about how it's not all men and some men are good. Show us. Don't get defensive, just be there and listen to what we have to say, because trust me, you will be horrified by a lot of our experiences. If we find a man that we like, we will be loyal for as long as we possibly can. There will be no one to even cheat with. We don't like most men. We stay away from them because we feel unsafe.
It's not a normal man's job to show women that men are all safe. Is it a woman's job to show men that they're not all gold diggers?
Of course not.
Then I rest my case.
You got that right.
She keeps saying she doesn't need a man, she provides for herself, she handles both roles, and then acts shocked when men don't line up to play the one role she's already taken over. She wants a man to plan the dates, lead every moment, protect her, open doors, pick her up, set the time, set the place, all while she's announcing that she's independent, self-sufficient, and doesn't require him for anything. Also, did anybody else hear the child in the background? What she's really describing isn't a lack of masculine men, it's the predictable outcome of women spending a decade telling men they're unnecessary, replaceable, and intimidated by success. She built a life where there's no space for a man, then blames men for not forcing themselves in. She doesn't want partnership, she wants a fully formed, fully invested masculine leader who somehow fits into a life where she's the boss of everything.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
She's sitting there wondering if men are the ones with the unrealistic expectations, as if the dating market hasn't been shaped for the last decade by women demanding tall, rich, handsome, emotionally perfect Greek gods on command. Now suddenly she looks around, sees men ghosting her, and the only explanation she can come up with is, maybe men are just hopeless romantics expecting fireworks. She's not discovering that men are too romantic. She's discovering that men no longer bend their entire standards to match hers. Men finally stopped auditioning for women who treat every date like an interview for the perfect life script. Men only want a few things from women in order to be happy, but women want a laundry list of things that would drive any man to run a mile and never come back.
I don't fall for that shit anymore.
These modern women are simply
Poor, deluded fools.
The bar is so fucking low. The bar is like underground. The bar is so... I actually started crying in the car because this guy that I was meant to go on a date with, I called him and it went straight to voicemail, and I was like, hey, it went straight to voicemail. He's like, oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb. And I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to disturb you.
I don't want to hear that shit!
Real men of genius.